That's good. It's super good. You know what this is, right? It's port. It's not whiskey. It's not Scotch whiskey at all. This is port wine. In today's episode, the whiskey Untitled, we're going to be talking about whiskey's finished in port wine. We'll talk a little bit about port wine itself. And, we're going to keep it simple tonight. So, join us. Like, it's good. Like, every time you sip on it, it's good. And it's just like, dang, like, why can't all wine be fortified this way?
Oh.
Yeah, it's heaven. It's a caramel mess in your face.
I haven't had port.
Oh, I can't remember. Actually, I don't think I think the last time I cracked the bottle was maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. And it was another bottle of Wars.
Oh, anyway, sorry. Jumping into it too much. Apologize. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to our weekly.
What? The whiskey show where you can learn about whatever the topic is today. We don't really have a format.
Just basically a discussion, just like you guys would be about COVID and sitting down here talking. Yeah, I'll make it bigger for you.
Yeah, please make it bigger because it looks like it says evening gonorrhea, and I had no idea there, and I was like, all right, that's a very rude way to say hello, but I'll take it. Sure. Jamfrog, what's up? Tove, what is up? And Scotch fan, what is going on? Evening, gentlemen, I see. Gentlemen, that makes sense now. Yeah, I see that. I'm all right. That's enough. I couldn't see it when it was in a tiny corner, and I was like, evening gonorrhea? What? You need to talk to a doctor. That's what's actually going on. Oh my goodness.
Top 3 I ever tasted.
Hey, while I'm there. Top 3. Yeah. Okay, so Daniel had traded me a bottle of something for a bottle of something from me, and I threw into that box an extra bottle. I was like, you know what? Everybody needs Wilderness Trail in their life, and obviously the 10 bottles I have laying around aren't doing me a whole lot of good as I'm slowly going through them slower now because I'm trying to take my time with it. So you have to run? All right, dude. We'll catch you next time. Or you can watch it on the replay, whatever.
Yeah, just to let you know, you're lucky because he doesn't send me any of the...
Shut up. That's not... Whatever.
Not even a drop.
I just sent you an ass. Oh my gosh. You posted it in your story. I don't want to hear it.
What? I'm just saying, like, I was like, hey, could I try a Placencia cigar? Sure. Game.
Oh, I sent you Cubans. I sent you Cubans, and I'm sorry. I sent you Cubans.
Wilderness Trail? Sure. I'll toss it in.
Doesn't everybody want Cubans instead of Placencia? I want both, but that's a whole different issue. Oh my gosh, and I just ordered a box of each.
But yeah,
I hate
you're
you.
Lucky, buddy. You're lucky.
Whatever. Anyways, Charles, what's in your glass? I know this is a whiskey show, and I know we've definitely screwed up.
Yeah, Shimon. You don't get anything.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know how to pronounce this, and I'm probably just gonna butcher it. So I'm just gonna show a bottle of port, a little tawny port, 10-year-old tawny port.
Which one is it?
Opik?
Sure.
Yeah, 10-year-old tawny port. Yeah, just saw it. As you all know, I'm a big port fan. I enjoy port flavors. I'm not a big rebuff on port or breakdowns of port. I just enjoy.
I'm just gonna get a bunch of hate nonstop in here. That's what's going on here. What's up, Cody? Shimon hates me because I have a sample of Balvenie 30 and Highland Park 30 from literally my birthday 2 years ago that have literally just been sitting on a shelf that I have forgotten to mail out for literally 2 years. Shimon, if it makes you feel any better, the bottles that I sent Daniel were literally sitting in a box. Actually, to be fair, I sent them out to him to an address that got rejected by UPS, and they sent it back to me. But I sent it out. I threw the shipping label from last time into the box, and I realized I'm like a few weeks shy of a year. I was like, geez, oh, that's terrible. So we're going to fix one day. We're going to fix one day.
Me and Wally have been talking about sending each other stuff. I still haven't sent him anything yet.
Wait, I did send you a sample of that stuff for that thing I'm going to be doing soon on Instagram. So correct. So 4 of those are out. I have I mean, actually, if any of you guys in chat want to be the last person to get one of these, it's sample A and sample B. I'm gonna do a set of live streams where I make like a whole thing. And actually, Shimon, do you want to go live? Do you want to do it, Shimon? Let me know. Maybe I'll just send you a whole box of garbage.
But yeah, man, Daniel, there's a
Waiting list for what?
and things you mail out because we're really bad at mailing.
I'm really. The funny thing is, though, lately, now that I know that the post office is open like 24 hours and you can go when nobody's in there, I have no problem driving over there like 9 o'clock at night and just using the auto ship system. It's so good. It's a little more expensive, but it works like every time, and you don't have to deal with people.
It ships boxes, man, and just dump the boxes in.
I don't like the fit to ship. They charge a lot more than you like. The little sample boxes that I send out and put this stuff in is like $4. You do a fit to ship and you can't do it for less than 15.
PayPal, you can do. Working on PayPal.
So you have to, yeah, you have to use PayPal, but somebody has to do a payment through you, and you have to get their address that way. I looked into that because that's cheap too. But
I didn't, but I'll send you a link.
Oh, really?
The secret link that you can send.
Ooh.
Have to have somebody.
Ooh. All right, I'm all about that.
Gotcha. No, I've had issues doing
Cody, nobody knows what sample A and sample B are. It'd be interesting. So whoever it's going to be, like, we'll just pick somebody at the end. We'll pick somebody at the end of the show, but nobody knows what it is. Bianca has one. Cello Whiskey and Whiskey's USA has one. Charles has one. Who has the fourth one? I forget. I don't know. I've sent it to all these people. I keep forgetting. Anyways, we'll get one more. We'll be good to go. Oh my gosh, should I send the fourth one too? I feel dumb.
Damn. But yeah, so what's in your glass? Since that was the biggest segue.
It is literally the same Wars Tawny Port that you're sipping on, so I don't want to hear it.
Not the same.
You're sipping on the Kosek, right?
Yeah. Kopek.
Mm-hmm.
Kopke.
Kopek. Why is it pronounced Tokai when it's spelled Tokaji? I don't know.
Anyway. But yeah, so I'm going to be talking about port this week. I don't know what. So why did you brought up this topic, which is really weird because everyone would assume it was me, but.
I brought up this topic because I know that you have like 2 port bottles that you're like a giant fan of. I do. And so 9 bottles later, I realized I have actually quite a lot of bottles of port whiskey, port wine influence in them.
Since this was a topic and then I had to rush to get things stuff, I didn't realize how many port I did have. I actually thought I only had like 4 or 5 bottles. I've got...
And?
I got 8.
Did you grab the Glenmoe?
Yeah.
I didn't grab the Glenmoe. And I know that we have at least 3 that are sitting here in front of me that we both have.
Okay. Well, let's see what we brought out. All right.
This is going to be interesting.
Be fun.
So yeah, so that's what's up. In case anybody's wondering where the topic came from, we were just like thinking about different types of finished casks and like, you know, port is one that's pretty common, but not as common as sherry. So I thought it'd be interesting because it's another dessert wine. In case you guys don't know, just like sherry is trying to get the triangle down there with the bodegas all set up to be. I wish Whiskey Throttle was here so he could educate me on everything I say wrong in the next 30 seconds. So you've got sherry that's trying to get the triangle of bodegas down there into like an actual appellation where there's a designated area where sherry can be made. Mm-hmm. The very first one of those that was ever done in the world was Chianti. The second wine that ever got an appellation like that was Tokai, which is Hungarian dessert wine that tastes better than Sauternes. If you've ever had it, it's freaking amazing. It's spelled Tokaji. Just grab it when you see it with its little weird wax cap. And the third one of all time was Port in the Porto area of Portugal. So you've got, obviously it comes from Portugal, and that's what's up. So that's where the goodness is. And Port, of course, is being a fortified wine like sherry and the other one. So they take brandy, they add it to wine made with port grapes, and then you get Port, as we know today, which is, you know, coming in anywhere between 12 and 15% on average, as opposed to sherry between 15 and 18, but higher proof thanks to the brandy that's added to it and fortifying the wine. So it lasts longer. It tastes good. It's very sweet. And that's all the history of port I want to get into.
Sultana's grapes. Taste it.
Oh, caramel and raisins like it's your job.
Yeah, it's like, it really is like dried. Like, you know those, is it, what's the red box raisin?
Oh, that's not Sultanas are the white ones like that.
Yeah, but what are the red ones?
Those are just regular raisins.
Yeah, it smells like when you open it for the first time, that sugar rush.
Yes.
That's like
because it just tastes like sugar and raisins. Yeah.
Oh, it just reminds me of a kid, you know.
That's why it's a dessert wine, which is why you pour it in a aperitif glass, not in a regular 6-ounce wine glass. You're gonna kill yourself by accident, unless you're an alky. I did a copita too. I just poured an ounce.
So. But excited about this. I think when you mentioned common. I actually don't as common as what my opinion.
What port?
Yeah, like we mentioned before, it's number one cast used American, right? Cast that's number one.
Yes. So I
Then
was speaking specifically for wine,
okay, then yeah, you got
but cast type
cherries.
absolutely X bourbon is number one.
Yeah, and then you got the sherries. But I think it's more goes white wine comes next. I don't think port.
Besides Sauternes, what white wines are you
I think I see
thinking
more
that's
Sauternes casts than
so besides Sauternes, what other white wine casts are you thinking?
Sauternes.
Because red wine, yes, but minus Sauternes and Glenmorangie's secret bottle coming up that's finished in Tokai that tastes like birthday cake allegedly.
Maybe
Like
I'm
I don't
thinking more
know.
about American.
Oh, they'll do like Shard and they'll do other weird ones, but for the most part, white wine is not as commonly used, I don't think, as red wine.
But anyway, yeah. So for me,
Spade is
being
really
a
good, yeah.
big port wine
Cranberries.
influenced, harder for me to actually quite.
Yeah, Scotch fan, you're right. Glenmorangie did do a Shard. It tasted okay. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, so let's jump into it then. Let's
I'm
you want to bring
gonna
the
steal
common
your,
bottles that you think that we're gonna do?
steal your thunder out of the first bottle. We already know. Everybody knows this bottle. It's so ridiculously common. Everybody and their grandmother has one. Everybody and their grandmother spent $100 on.
Who's your grandma? Because I want to meet her. Yeah.
My grandma did. But like this Balvenie 21 Portwood is like the quintessential. Oh, audio is out a little bit. Sorry.
Yours jumps out.
Or you does it? Oh, I was gonna say, or you could just like literally close YouTube and open it again. That helps sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just got that Glenmorangie. So yeah, no, but the Balvenie Portwood 21 is like this is a quintessential introduction to port, and if you ask me, I think is kind of a light way to really try port wine influence on whiskey. It does a good job. I just don't think it's quite as punchy in the port arena, which is good because I'm otherwise just drink a glass of port, right?
Yeah.
But it's very it's like a good pairing where the two things complement each other enough so that it tastes better and not worse. And that's essentially the goal, right? So you get honey along with port.
I'm a big fan, so there's a lot of bias behind. I just enjoy it. Is the price getting high up there? Yeah, that's probably the one.
What's it at now? Yeah, last time I checked, it was $225, and I was like, "That's a little steep."
How was it? And at $150, I was even.
Oh, at $200, I was like, "This is probably it for me."
But then again, I checked the pricing. I think we're talking about it. Not the port whiskey. Talent 18. 300 plus.
Correct. I see it for $329 everywhere, and I'm like over it.
That's not worth it if you can drink it, unless you paid like crazy amounts.
Will it 4-year rye to me is a sham. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. To go super cheap to my very first.
We're going next. What are we doing? The bottles that we both have the same of?
So this one you're not gonna have. I don't know if you'll have this one. I could do another one that we both have the same of. Do you want me to do that?
Get rid of those.
All right. Port cast finish that I think everybody went out and bought a bottle of.
Don't have to go in.
Ooh, Scotch Malt with Society coming in with the Wolf
And
93.
did you get the sister bottling?
No, I did not get the Red Diesel because Steve loved it, and I think it was a little too peated, right? So I did not pick up the Red Diesel. I was good for that.
These are sister bottles.
I need
more peat forward, one's more.
I also know that you will have this bottle, which is finished in port. Actually, speaking about that Scotch Society bottle, the sweetness that's brought together with the barbecue flavors is actually really well balanced and delicious, as opposed to what I thought it was going to be. I was really afraid that I wouldn't like it, but it was actually really, really good. So, thank you, SMWS. You definitely have this, and I know you brought this into the pile.
I didn't. Right in the back there.
Oh, are you serious?
It was far back on my shelf.
Well, I think everybody knows.
I enjoy that.
Publicly and privately how I feel about this bottle. So, but Charles likes it.
Tell him how you like it. Just tell him how you like it and be honest. I think we need to be as transparent as possible.
Listen to me, Virginia Distillery. All right, not just because they sent me 2 of these and I didn't like either of them in 2 different batches. I just don't like their port cast finish. So if you ask me about their brewer's cast finish, I'll tell you that, yeah, that stuff is amazing. If you ask me about their cider cast finish, I'll tell you that stuff's amazing. But their shard for me was lackluster, and their port tastes horrible
And
to me. Again,
and in my head, I'm like,
palates.
so, and this is where like I'm curious about what don't you like?
No, it's actually not sweet at all. Actually, it just something in the under base spirit that's in it to me is very off-putting. I know because I've had their deconstructed class already what I don't like about it. Let's try to keep positive though, and the cider is awesome.
No, to be honest, like everyone has a line of whiskey. There's going to be something that people. That's where I'm curious.
Right, you're so for this is one of those things that's in the base spirit that I think unless you like as somebody who's going to taste it blind, you'll either immediately like it or you'll immediately be like, this isn't for me. You'll know immediately. It's going to be polarizing because of
I feel back.
Just there's just some odd notes in it that just don't get me.
To be honest, I think I want to bring it with a
kind of moldy. That's an interesting way to put it.
I might do.
I didn't bring up the Glenmo because I broke it.
Hey?
No, the other day.
Oh, was it with the Glenmo picture?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was with the Glenmo picture. When you did the whole family thing. Oh,
I just know I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. I think I broke it.
Here, I'll make you feel.
So this is the funny thing. So yeah, no, that's definitely the Glenmo that I would have normally had on the ground by accident, wind, and broke $100 on the ground. So Christian, he hit the nail on the head. I'm not going to try to linger on this too long because I did try Virginia Distillery's deconstructed for their Courage and Conviction, and it was the first time that I had a whiskey that was finished in Oloroso that I did not enjoy, which I thought was really weird. Was it Oloroso or was it PX? It was a sherry that really surprised me because I was like, this is bad, which makes me wonder, like for their port casts that they're getting, what those casts either smell like or taste like, because something in it is not agreeing with my palate. And it's weird that he used the word moldy because what's up?
When they clean the casts too, like sometimes if you don't know, I'm hoping that they use certain things cast out to. A lot of whiskey makers tell them not to do it.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping.
Here's to hoping. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's a question in there from Kevin. Trivia question. I assume he knows the answer to this. Port brand whiskeys use tawny port and nobody uses ruby port. I don't know the answer to that because I forget all the time what the big difference is. So, and he posted at the bottom, ruby is aged in stainless steel. That's right, or concrete, and tawny is wood aged. That's right, because it has to add flavor to it, and that's like a giant big difference. Yeah, that's a big deal for them because I mean, there's some serious rules inside of port, and there's so many different types of port. There's also like a white port.
But yeah, that's a whiskey that I enjoy, but I'm definitely more open-minded.
Yes,
ports. I personally do. But hey,
wait, actually, you might have this. So this is an American bourbon that was finished in port casks.
I don't have that one.
Oh, really? I have like almost every 1792.
That's the one I've been looking.
Oh, the port finish?
Yeah.
What you told me before? I saw these everywhere. I just grabbed one for fun.
Oh, I have like this stuff and cast strength port ones.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. I like it better than most. Port finish and the sweet wheat are my two favorites of the 1792.
Yeah,
this has got good flavor.
Oh.
So not to knock Virginia Distillery, but like there are other local brands that have a base spirit that I really, really enjoy. One of those, and this is really weird. I know you won't have this because I found this at a weird place here in Maryland. Blackwater Distilling, and this is finished in port and sherry, a blend, and it is very obvious. Port and sherry, and it is freaking delicious. Both you can taste the base spirit is good, and also whatever port and sherry guys I picked were fantastic. It came out
kind of
super
bourbon,
good.
Like corn bourbon, wheat.
I actually don't know anything about these guys. All I know is that they originally, so these guys, Blackwater, were originally crowdsourced. And so a guy was like, hey, if we can raise a couple $100,000 or whatever, we'll start a distillery. So he did it. Now they have like two locations because one is just a bar out on an island not far from here. And it's like super, super cool. because they're actually like creating good tasting whiskey. And at first I was really cautious and I didn't jump in on them. I jumped in on another local distillery to like help fund. But I wish I had gone the other way around because the other one is not making anything I like. And this one is making lots of stuff I like.
Oh well, yeah, you hit or miss when it comes to that kind of stuff. But that's really interesting. Maybe when we do a trip again, I'll maybe buy pass
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. We can go to a bunch of local ones. Yeah, for sure.
Um, so that's local to.
You're like,
Are
all of mine are
local
local.
to. So we got Westland. As you guys know, they're up in Seattle. This their base beer but aged podcast. I think this is the second release I've ever done in a podcast. Sadly, this is all I have left. I have been trying to avoid this bottle as much as I could. I'm not in the 21.
Is it one of their like cast numbers?
Yeah, it's one of their cast numbers.
What number is it? I can't see it.
378.
Something to look for.
But yeah, if you can find it, grab it as I'll pay.
Ooh, there you go. Somebody's trying to make a little bit of money.
Joking.
It's free.
And then the next one here is Wonderback. Again, you guys would talk about this company.
That was finished in port.
Yeah, third edition is.
I really need to break into these samples that I
But
bought
yeah,
from
so
them.
sadly, I did not enjoy this as much as I did with first batch 1.
Yeah.
But this is second, and then which is batch 2.
Oh, ex-bourbon barrels, new oak barrels, and then finished in port wine casks.
What's interesting is I actually saw the port and the rum casts when they were getting clean. Also, a bit of memories. I could swing my bias. Nostalgia,
yeah,
a bit of bias to it. But as I mentioned before, I actually enjoyed batch 1. I just didn't 40 enough. And the reason.
But again, you want to look for a balance. You don't want something that's going to make you think like I'm drinking port.
And that's the thing. So when other people say it's a good balance, for me, I want more sweetness. It's just.
You have a sweet tooth.
Yeah, but so I know a lot of people enjoy it. It's just the fact that. And the next one is something that Wally has, a Big Bottom Distillery. Wild Bill number 2, batch 3. It's a rye finish.
Not expecting that.
Big Bottom Distillery, man. Joke.
Is that's local?
Yeah, it's local. It's down the road. They're actually like in a little storage unit kind of thing, like a really small mom and pop types thing. This is definitely sweet with a big rye hit. I don't really go back to it because it's so strong. But
I love sweet things. I'll never go back to this.
No, it's not that sweet. It's just
the rye,
high proof, and rye it's just icy. So, and to be honest, it is a bit young, years old. Overall, it's a good bottle. I don't think this was distilled.
Yeah. Oh dang! Christian just said Yellow Rose 2015. I haven't seen a Yellow Rose bottle in. Like, yeah. I mean, I haven't been to the liquor store in ages either. Thanks, COVID.
How many bottles do you?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, you might have this bottle. There is one bottle that I'm looking for. I sadly don't have it. I've been trying to get it for a while. Hopefully, maybe Wally will bring it out. So up next.
All right, next I'm gonna do the next 2 bottles are from the same distillery, but one's good and one's garbage. I hate saying that, but one's good and one's not anything close to what I would drink on the regular.
All honesty here, people.
The first one is this port cast finish, Glen Moray.
Hey, Glen Moray, if you guys are listening, I would love to
I'm
try
gonna
a bottle.
literally leave it at this. So that classic one, I will literally send to. Now let's talk about how Glen Moray has changed recently, where they decided that they're going to bring the flavor, they're going to not chill filtered, they're going to make something incredible that competes. This right here, which people have been telling me they found for like less than 150, this competes directly to Balvenie 21 Portwood and easily beats it, especially for the price. So here, if you can find this for 150, hands down worth it. Literally replace your Balvenie 21, make this your daily until the price gets raised on this, and then then you have no more. I did because, I mean, okay, so let's look at the difference in amount of Balvenie 21 left and the amount of.
You've already finished the bottle too, so
I've had this a million years, Uh, I haven't had. I had it since they sent it to me. I haven't had this long at all. This stuff is freaking addictive. It's super good.
That's what's scary about the Belvedere 21 to me. Oh, I can see.
No, then you need to go get one of these because it tastes even better. Like this. Oh my god, I don't know
Or
what they
if
do.
you guys have, it's just a sample. I'll try it first. I'll sing the praises
so
like Wally does.
it is so good. I'm not singing the praises because it's a free bottle. I'm singing the praises because
it's good.
I was looking for a bottle at 150 because I was trying not to spend over 200 and some odd change thanks to shipping from the UK. Because I can't find the bottle anywhere. Like I'll gladly pay the money. It's so worth it.
I think you already bought a couple bottles
Of the 21 Glenmorangie. No, I can't find them. I literally can't.
Glenmorangie, both of us need some.
Oh my goodness! They already know. I would just drink the next. I would just literally just drink the rest of this tonight.
Yeah, Christian, I want to see that Belvedere 21 travel retail. I haven't never seen it. I always see this 12 triple.
Oh, Belvedere travel retails at 49%.
That's why I'm saying like I haven't seen that.
Does it? No,
I haven't seen that Portwood travel retail.
No, I have not seen that.
Christian,
you know what you can also get? Travel retail. Just kidding. You can only get it if you go to the distillery. That is. So there was a Glenfiddich that was finished in port pipes. Yeah.
And it was delivered to him because he basically put our trip around that bottle.
16-year cast strength that Glenfiddich bottled. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking,
how do you get
I'd like one of those. Yeah,
let their
you
Instagram
can't
follow your Instagram account.
Bottle 2 out of 5 out of 400. This fire. We're not trying to drink it all though. Gotta take your time. Gotta take your time with the hand bottlings because
he took a detour for that bottle.
I had to pick it up. I promised them. I promised them that I would be there to pick it up, and it was a good detour. Don't knock it.
I think
somebody got to try some 1983 first fill sherry Balvenie. So I don't want to hear it.
I'm just saying it was a random detour and presented him the bottle.
That was a little silly because I was like, I'm here for the bottle for Scotch and Smith. Got it right here.
Spent their life in a cast. Scotches?
21. Yes. I mean, literally, this port pipe right here spent all. It says 15 year. My bad. It's all 15 years in port pipe. Yeah, no, not all of these are finished. Some of these spent their life.
Yeah, I think the Balvenie's
spent their life in them. No, Balvenie's finished.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to find stuff that's like straight port pipe. Actually, like straight portwood cask. Port whiskey skeptic sherry is a better choice. Nobody's trying to change their mind. We're just giving you other options. Giving you other options, bro. Look, there's sherry, but there's like 8 different types of sherry, and there's it's port. There's 6 different types of port. So mix it up.
I think.
I already showed you one bottle that mixed port and sherry, and my last bottle is another bottle that mixes port and sherry. Who's going to be surprised? Nobody. Here you go. King Alexander III. This is made of 5 types of sherry and 1 port pipe that they took and they matched. My favorite. Matched it all together. Yeah, as you can tell from my bottle, it's one of my favorite ones. One of the only Dalmores that I'm freaking trying to house all the time.
I know this sounds really weird.
I'm going to replace this when I kill it, and I'm afraid that it's over $200 now.
Yeah, so back in a day, I had to go to Malt, Masters of Malt to get mine. Get cheaper. Have it here.
So I bought mine for $200, and then the next day, my liquor store had a sale, and it was $150. And the store owner, who I'm good friends with, we text each other. I was like, Sam, is there anything you can do about this price that I just paid? And he's like, no, sorry. But he has cut me some good deals, so I can't complain. But I'm saying if you want to have a good relationship with your store owner, don't forget sometimes you pay stupid stuff so that you can buy Pappy 15 for $150.
When we went to Scotland last year,
it feels like 10 years ago. But
I had a request to if we could really go to one distillery. Sadly, you could not make that happen. It was out of our control. I think the next ask is probably going to be Dalmore.
Are you talking about Balvenie? I did everything I could.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Things didn't work out. No, I understand. And that's it was out of your control. But I think the next distillery for me to ask and really request would probably have to be Dalmore. And I know you might not like that.
We can go to Dalmore.
But just imagine how I really enjoy their single casts. Imagine a hand fill.
Correct. They're IBs. I don't. Do they do hand fills? So has anybody been to Dalmore and know if they do hand fills?
That's what I'm curious about. And hey, Drew, we were talking to Dalmore rep, stuff like that. If you could get contact, slip on DMs and stuff, and be
Daniel,
like,
no problem.
You guys do hand fills there. I do want to go there and try their hand and really get down to the basics.
I don't know if they do hand fills.
That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people like them because that's what they're like. Kind of McAllen is, and I kind of want to get down to nuts and bolts and actually talk to people there. I know I fell in love with Highland Park when I wonder if this is going to happen to us. Open-ended question. It's just, I'm very curious.
I'm so biased. I'd be down for a hand fill there, but I'm
not asking you to go to Drew, bro.
No. I would. No. Talking to Balveni's or talking to Dalmore's no problem. But I just, in my mind, I'm thinking like, Dalmore's goal is luxury, right? So that's what they want to portray through their whiskey, and I get that. That's fine. That's totally okay. There will always be brands like that, but it's just like McAllen. Like, they don't do hand fills anymore either, and their casks are ridiculously expensive. Yes, Christian, 2021 trip, because Scotland's not open yet. Also, Scotland you can go to, but you have to get tested for COVID as soon as you get there, and if you test positive, then you have to stay in your hotel room for 2 weeks. I have looked into this. So it basically, you have to do 2 weeks when you get back to America. You're looking at a 5-week trip for a 1-week trip. None of that sounds like fun to me. But just to let you guys know, 2021, sure. If they open it back up, I'm ready to go.
I think it's going to be tail end.
And I have some interesting ideas to propose to some of these brands and different issues. I have some crazy ideas.
I'm thinking November, dude. I'm really thinking.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Just the winter's gonna suck, but as long as we can get somebody else to pay for a bus. What's this? Will It Rye? Oh yeah, I assumed that Will It Rye was a joke because I don't know if anybody's getting Will It Rye. Dude, Daniel, no problem, bud. Man. That's what's up.
Sharing is key. All right, what other bottles you got left? I got 2.
No, that's it for me. I mean, except for this Fonseca. I mean, if we can talk about this for a second, I ended up. So this is how much of a sucker I am for port. Limited edition port Fonseca Bin 27. This is not like some magical port. They just put a pretty label on it 2 years ago, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since because I used to drink Fonseca like it was my job.
One thing I did not realize, and while you can slap me in the face and say, dude, you didn't know that, you can keep port in an open bottle for 4 to 12 weeks.
You can actually do it for a little longer, but thanks to the high alcohol content, yes, it's not like wine that goes bad in 2 days.
I thought it was
where it'll
taste
like weird second
1 to 2, maybe
no.
3 pushing it.
So it's another reason why I like it. So say you drink 3 ounces a night, which would be like regular aperitif glass, right? Half a regular glass because high alcohol content. That puts you right at 8 days. It'll be fresh every day. You're gonna love it.
And that's why in my head I'm like, that's the reason why I haven't been opening certain bottles. I'm like,
oh, serious?
Damn. Yeah. So like, I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, I can't drink that.
No,
much.
It's not like wine.
How would I drink?
It's not like
wine. I didn't think it was gonna be like wine, like 1-2 days, but like sometimes you just don't want too much port.
Dude, I had that bottle of sherry, the Candido, open for almost 2.5 months before I finally killed it. And I mean, I was sipping on that.
I think you do have to store it in the fridge, though.
I do keep it in the fridge. Yes, I do keep them in the fridge once they're open. I literally took this Wars. I put in the fridge right after I opened it, but it'll keep so good.
I got 2 more. One that I know Wally loves so much. It's the Midwinter's Night Strand.
Oh God! Why? The fact that that's port finished doesn't help how trash it tastes at all.
Something that Wally does not like is
oh
rye.
My gosh.
He doesn't like rye tasting like rye. Everybody.
No, I want rye to taste sweet, like not rye.
Yeah, and this is what he thought the port was going to do, but no, it's rye forward, which is great for me. But there are batches. This batch actually is more port forward. Another one I have is actually more. It's always fun experimenting with that. I enjoy it. If you can find it for a decent price, it's definitely a pickup for me. Enjoy rye forward.
Hard pass.
And something
spend your money in better places. Just buy port.
I'm still skeptical of is Basil Hayden.
Wait, is that the one that has 4% port in it, the dark rye? It's going to be the best cough syrup you ever drink in your life. It's good, but it's like cough syrup. And I love cough syrup. It's 4% port. They literally put port wine in there.
And that's where in my head I'm like, is this really a whiskey when you're dumping port into it? But
legally, yes. They're put at the limit.
A lot of people enjoy Basil Hayden's most cigar really juice. syrupy type aspect.
It
They're
is.
thick,
I'm dead
viscous,
serious. It's cough syrup, bro.
and then you add that sweetness to port. Oh,
I ordered that at Jack Rose, and I was like, all right, let's just see what's up. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just cough syrup.
And you know I had to get it when it came with the actual box because I've never seen it.
Yeah, the box is actually really nice.
But yeah, I don't. Hey man, that's why me and Wally have so much fun talking. Is we like giving shit to both different things.
For sure. I started with port though. When I started drinking alcohol at the ripe age of 25, my family bought me a bunch of wine videos and a bunch of wine stuff because I was very curious. And so I really started digging into port hardcore. Like I was drinking Sandeman's and Fun Cycle like all the time. And so I really got into it and I just couldn't resist. Like I love the sweetness of port. One time I tried a 6-ounce glass of port and it was way too much while I was sitting watching TV, and I'm pretty sure it was enough sugar that it gave, and that scared the poop out of me. But yeah, no, port's absolutely delicious.
I enjoy it, and to be honest, I'll be drinking this with a nice cigar.
Sounds good.
If you guys haven't noticed, I haven't been posting much because work's been, and I feel
Instagram is a job. Oh, thank you, all of you guys who follow you. As we just broke 1,300 followers, which I know is, but I apologize for us, it's a milestone.
No, but man, congrats. Also, one thing that I had to remind Wally was the fact that someone did message him on Instagram.
Okay. So I guess we're at the end of the show, guys. We're trying to close out. You guys have been amazing today, as usual. Obviously, need to go get some Ben Riach and a few other things. Last week, I said I would send samples to anybody who sent me their address for the Michter's bourbon and Michter Straight Rye that I got in the mail from Michter's, which I'm totally ready to do. Only 2 of you sent me addresses so far. But listen, you sent me 3 messages. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your name is. I'm pretty sure it's not somebody who's in chat today. But a 3rd person sent me your name, your address, a bunch of information. I read all your messages. I've been getting a lot of spam lately and hitting like delete in the center of the spam messages constantly. And I hit delete by accident. I do not have any of your information. You watched last week's. You told me you watched last week's. So if you're watching this week or you watch it on the replay or whatever, please resend me your message. Resend me your address. I will get you a sample bottle.
And Wally will delete it again.
Oh my gosh, if it happens twice, I'm going to shoot my face.
And just remember that it takes about 2 to 3 years to get your packages.
It should not take 2 to 3 years. It's just Shimon that takes 2 to 3 years. Everybody else should be. I mean, I've been sending stuff like crazy lately, but obviously I suck at remembering something.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, and if you guys need any glass toppers, he's the guy to ask for.
Oh yeah, if you break corks, like I have your solution.
I've been seeing a lot of cork breaking.
I constantly post on those on Facebook when people are like, "Oh, my cork broke." I'm like, "Let me just right here, let them know."
Guys. But you guys, again, thank you so much for tuning. We appreciate all our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us and giving, I don't know, like basically being our bosses. Thank you for bossing us around and making.
Thanks, Tolv.
Again, guys, I appreciate it so much. Congratulations for a milestone of 1,300. Awesome, guys. They do have a breakdown of the Belvini and the Glenmorangie 21 on your show, right?
We did do a side-by-side, yep.
Yep, so if you guys are very curious about that, which will save quite a bit of money, check that out. Again, you can find Wally at Scotch and Snake. Find me drinking.
And you can find Charles at the Drinking Caveman all over the Instagram.
Oh, thanks.
Well, he used to be all over the Instagram, but now he's just, hiding here on YouTube every Tuesday in between work because he's literally going to go back. He's literally going to go back to work after this, which is ridiculous if you ask me. But I'm on East Coast time.
And on that note, I forgot what to do next. This.